Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today's reminder will be a reminder about the month of Ramadan, the month in which the Quran was revealed, and the month in which the gates of heaven are all opened and the gates of hell are all closed. And so, in order for us to enter into this month and leave the month with something fruitful, I thought we must understand the deeper meanings behind the fasting and behind everything that we do within Ramadan. For example, that we leave eating, we leave drinking, we leave sexual interactions between husband and wife. We have to stop all of these things, and we pray a lot more, we read the Quran a lot more, we try to deepen our understandings in a lot of things. But why do we do all of these things? So in this video, I just wanted to highlight two important things that we must understand within this month. Before I go into the two things, I want to say what is the purpose? Why do we have Ramadan? Ramadan for us is almost like a door that opens up for us that allows us to elevate our understanding both of our own selves and our understanding of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the Creator. So it helps us to understand our own selves, because during the month of Ramadan we must go through a phase of reflection where we say to ourselves, what a deluded person I was throughout the whole year. I fooled myself into thinking I can't leave, for example, I can't leave smoking because I just can't leave smoking. Smoking is just so essential to my existence, I can't leave smoking. Throughout the year, I fooled myself into thinking I can't leave this bad company because this bad company is just so essential to my existence. Or for example, you fooled yourself into thinking, I just can't pray the non-obligatory prayers, the optional prayers, because it's just too difficult for me to do. We fooled ourselves into thinking, I can't leave these bad habits, I can't do all of these good things simply because I just can't do them. But then you enter into the month of Ramadan and you leave eating, you leave drinking, and you leave sexual interactions between the husband and wife, obviously. You have to leave all of these things. Okay, let's rewind the tape a little bit. You leave eating and drinking. Eating and drinking are two things that are essential for your existence as a human being. If you don't eat and drink, you will die sooner or later. And then if we were to stop sexual interactions between married couples, what would happen? We would have, the human species, the existence of the human species is dependent on that relationship. Look, in the month of Ramadan, you're able to stop yourself from things that are essential to your existence as a human being, and something that is essential to the continuation of the species. So then how can I think to myself, I can't leave all the other things that I do throughout the whole year, from all of the bad habits, all of the bad company, all of the bad things I do, the ghiba, the namima, the backbiting, the slandering of others. How can I not leave all of these things? Just the messing around, all the messing around that I do, how can I not leave all of those things which have nothing to do with my existence? They're meaningless things. They contribute towards nothing fruitful or useful to towards humanity. But I'm able to leave eating, drinking, and sex. Just think to yourself, if you don't have those moments of reflection within Ramadan where you say to yourself, how foolish was I when I thought to myself, I can't leave all these bad habits that I had. So this is one of the purposes of Ramadan. It's to allow us to elevate ourselves in our understanding of our souls, and in turn elevate our understanding of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And by elevating our understanding of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we elevate the understanding of the relationship we have with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because once again, we'll talk about fasting and how that links in with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That links in because it is said that Ramadan is almost like a love story between the Creator and His creation, the Lord and His servants. How is it a love relationship? How does it highlight the relationship of love that we have with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? How does it increase our love for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? It increases our love for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala because we all understand that love is always coupled with sacrifice. And within this month of fasting, we are leaving, obviously during the day from dusk till dawn, from the morning till the evening, we're leaving all of these things. But why are we leaving them? We're leaving them for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in a hadith Qudsi, He says, كل عمل ابن آدم له إلا الصوم فإنه لي. All the actions of the human being are for himself. The prayer, the giving to charity, you only do these to benefit yourself. But except fasting. Fasting is, we only do it for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. How? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, the servant of mine, the slave of mine, he leaves his food, and he leaves his drink, and he leaves his passions and desires for the sake of nothing except for me. So fasting in essence is one of the most selfless acts that we could perform. How is it the most selfless act? Because if you were to give to charity, that's not just between you and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That involves a third party. That involves the person that you're giving to charity to. Because obviously you're giving to someone, you're directly showing someone that you're helping them. And if you were to pray, generally it is preferred that you pray in congregation, so you're praying in jama'ah, so people are seeing you pray. So there is room for an element of, the element of pride and showing off and all of these things. There's room for all of those elements. But when it comes to fasting, you'll find that no one really knows that you're fasting. If you really think about it, no one really knows that you're fasting. You might tell the whole world that you're fasting, but you could very easily go into the kitchen, steal a couple of samosas here and there. No one would see you, would they? You could go into the kitchen, when no one's looking, have a cup of water, and just come out of the kitchen and say, I'm fasting. Alhamdulillah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blessed me with so much strength. I'm capable of fasting this year. So no one really knows that you're fasting. You're actually doing it for no one but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If you fast, you're fasting for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And if you don't fast, then you're harming no one but yourself. So those are the two messages that I want everyone to take from this video. Why are we fasting Ramadan? We're fasting Ramadan initially to deepen our understanding of ourselves, of our own selves, and in turn deepen our understanding of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and what He expects of us as human beings. And then secondly, we want to see Ramadan as a journey of love, a journey that elevates us in the love that we have for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, a journey that allows us to understand the love that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has for us, and by understanding that love that He has for us, we understand the depth of love that He deserves from us to give to Him. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us that level and grant us that position of being a people that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves, and then allowing us to love Him back as a result. So for this second part of the video is for the non-Muslims watching this. So I hope from the first part of the video you had I gave you some sort of understanding into why as Muslims, we fast the whole month of Ramadan. We go through all this period of starvation during the day. So us as Muslims, we do this for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, for the sake of God, and for the sake of understanding our position within the world, so that we can empathize with the poor people around the world, the people that go for days and possibly months without proper food. Like, we're meant to think to ourselves, I'm starting this fast at 2:30 in the morning or 3 o'clock in the morning, and I know for sure that I will have food to break my fast with at 9:20 in the evening, or 9:30, 9:40, whatever time that I'm going to break my fast at. I know that I have food at that time. So how will the people that won't have food to break the, like, what happened to the people that don't have food to break the fast with? What happened to the people that are fasting almost every single day of their lives because that's just something they have to do? It's not, they're not doing it because they want to do it. We are fasting because, this is something Islamic. We're choosing to, fulfill the commands of God. And there are those people around the world that they're fasting, but they're not fasting because they want to. They're fasting because they have no food to eat. So this is the purpose of us fasting. With this comes a challenge to the non-Muslims. We challenge you to fast on a day from dawn till dusk, from the morning, early hours of the morning, until sunset. And between those two times, you're not allowed to eat anything, you're not allowed to drink anything, and you're not allowed to have any sexual relations But after that, obviously, you're allowed to do whatever you want. You're free to do what you want. So we ask you to join us on that day so that you try out a day of fasting and then break your fast with us at the Islamic Center at 9:20 p.m. The food provided will probably be the best food you've ever had in your life. Mark my words. And if you have any questions into what the fast entails, if there's anything that you have to do, or any sorts of questions that you may have, you may drop me an email or send me a message on Facebook. My name is Omar Al-Hatimi. So if you can find me on Facebook, or if you just type my name, Omar Al-Hatimi, it will be in the description box below. As well, if you just find me on the email, if you write my name, you'll find my student email address. So if you have any questions, if you need anything clarified, feel free to contact us. Or you could simply contact the Keel Islamic Society through the link above, or link below, in the description box. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Peace be upon you all.